Yokoso peeps, welcome to another episode of This Week in Japan. I'm your host, OzzyAwesome. So awesome.
Hey, do you live in Japan?
I live in Japan.
Wow!
For my last video, if you watched about the soap, people were asking about the actual product, so I wanted to show it here because I didn't really show it in the video. It doesn't smell like poop, but it's in the shape of a turd, like an emoticon kind of turd. So if you look over here, there's a kanji for green tea. So it has a green tea aroma, and this is what it looks like. I used it only once, but the shape is still pretty good. Also, in terms of Patreon, I have 22 people who are pledging to me. So for everyone who's pledging $3 or more, you've probably noticed that I uploaded the diary for the month of May, as well as some behind the scenes of the YouTube retreat, which features some extra footage of the other YouTubers that were in the video with me. Also, for people who've been pledging over $10, you probably received my latest present, I guess you would call it, and I'll be sending more stuff out in a couple of months. Also, my first Song of the Month music video is out. Please let me know if you watched it, what did you think? If you have any requests for future songs, please let me know. If you do want access to that, please go to my Patreon page and check it out. Alright, that's it for channel news. Let's get on with the show.
What I found was...
Yokoso peeps, it's Oz, and welcome to another episode of Gaijin Life. First of all, Remi, where are you from?
From the great country called Canada.
Yes.
Like, you're from Toronto, but I'm from like a small province called New Brunswick.
Okay, New Brunswick.
One of the provinces where like they say is legally bilingual.
Do you speak you speak English, I know, but do you speak French?
Well, with a name like Remi, I would say that I speak French, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I speak French, English, and Japanese.
Wow,
so
trilingual. You have YouTube channels, 2, 3?
Two. I'll say two. I have a couple.
Okay, okay.
But like those that I focus on right now, you have Remino. I also have Remiko Mikazuki. You can go on remino.net, my website. You have links that goes right to those channels. If you don't feel like Googling, if that's too hard for you, you can just use that, that's fine.
How long have you lived in Japan?
I've been in Japan for about 8 years now.
From 1 to 10, what would you say your Japanese level is?
That's tough because, like, okay, I'll say maybe 7, maybe 8 sometimes when I'm having a good day. But so what happens is a lot of people who learn Japanese, they try to learn it from the textbook in school. They really focus on that. They have their exams and everything. Okay. That didn't happen that way with me. With me it was more like when I was a kid, I was interested in languages. Okay. So I learned some German. I learned some Arabic. So sometimes I saw some anime when I was a kid. Okay. But for example, what did you... It was, I don't think like you would know that. No, it was even before that. It was like you had the Three Musketeers in French. Or like Astro Boy. I know Astro Boy. So you know Astro Boy, of course. So, but all of those were dubbed in French. Right. No subtitles, was all in French. So I didn't really like associate that with Japan yet. Like I didn't really understand that yet. Yeah, I didn't know that either. Yeah. But sometimes while watching the show, like I would, like sometimes you would like have a shot of a police station or a building, and then you would have some Chinese characters. So it's like, why is that there? Right. So then I found that was like Japanese, and I started like learning some characters here and there. Sometimes a few words, and you know. So did you start learning Japanese before you came to Japan, or once you got to Japan? Before I came to Japan, but like a textbook, or what did you just? Nah, what I did, like I went to like I'll take an example. I went to a Japanese school. It was in Ottawa. I lived in Ottawa for about 5 years. Before I came to Japan. And I would go there every Saturday. But what happens is in class I have like trouble listening in class. Like I can't focus that well. So what I did, I joined the administration board instead. So that way I could speak to like some Japanese people. That gave me some chances to speak the language. I also like volunteered at the Canadian Tulip Festival. So once you got to Japan, how did you continue to improve your Japanese? Well, once you live here, you kind of have no choice to speak it. So just everyday situation. Yeah, so everyday situation, you go out. I mean, like the first couple of years I was really anxious, you know. I didn't want to go outside, I didn't want to speak to anybody. I would try, but it was like, oh, I don't know how to say that. I mean, right now I'm just getting drunk. I'm trying to anyway.
How long have you been married?
4 years now.
Okay, wow,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. But she can't speak English.
Okay.
Everything's in Japanese. Sometimes she's bringing up some, you know, she only knows bad words in English, like testicles and things like that.
So was it hard when you first started dating? Or?
No, well, no, it wasn't hard. I mean, like we met on Facebook.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
How?
Like my wife to be, like she was like browsing the profiles and she saw my face and I had blonde hair at the time.
You looked really like Leonardo DiCaprio-ish.
I look better in that time. Now it's like, you know, I'm married now, so fuck it.
She emailed you first, so she approached you, I guess? Through
well, she
Facebook?
did a like.
On one of your pictures or something?
No, a status.
Like a poke.
A status.
Okay.
Who pokes now?
I don't know. Maybe it's a long time ago. It was like 4 years ago.
It still happens sometimes.
Yeah,
sometimes
you get a poke
you get that
once in a
weird,
while.
like, awkward poke. Like,
Yeah. What do you do when you get a poke? Do you ever poke back?
No, I'm not. I'm not
Not a
touching
poker?
people. I'm not poking.
Okay.
Okay, well, I went to a cosplay event like a week before that.
Okay.
And I met 3 girls.
Okay.
And they were dressed up as guys.
Okay.
Like prisoners.
Okay.
I didn't know what it was.
Right.
So I asked, like, what are you cosplaying?
Cosplay is it? Okay.
And one of the girls said, like, well, it's BL. You know what BL is?
No.
It's boys love. It's like
Boys love.
homoerotic stories sort of thing. It's just between guys. Well, whatever. So I wrote about that on Facebook.
Okay.
And I wrote it in Japanese.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
Otherwise, my wife would have
I've not
to read
noticed
it.
it,
To read it. Yeah. So she saw that. She had a laugh, so she liked it.
Okay.
And there you go. From there, we met. I wrote to her. I said, well, I'm a little bit into cosplay. Maybe I want to try it later.
Yeah.
Which eventually I have.
Right.
And that's how we met. That's how we hung out. And
Cool.
I showed her around Nakanoa. It was her first time. She didn't decide before.
Okay. So your wife is really into cosplay as well?
Yeah.
Into
So
games and everything?
So at the end, thanks to homosexuality, I got married.
Where the fuck is Matsudo? It's in Chiba. In Chiba? Oh. How can you look in the mirror in the morning? You should kill yourself. Or at least it's next to Tokyo. It's next to Tokyo? Wow, you're cool again!
I went to a college in Brunswick. It was a community college.
Okay. What was your like major or whatever?
Major.
Well, what did you
We don't
study?
have that sort of thing.
Okay,
like, it's
okay.
too
What do
cheap
you-
for that. So I was.
What was your topic of study?
It was back in 2000. So I was doing the webmaster program, and that was something new.
Right, because the internet.
Yeah, internet was not,
Yeah, yeah.
how to make websites and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that.
Oh, wow.
And I did it, and I was head of the class. And fast forward 20 years later, this is,
You're doing the same thing.
Yeah,
so
I'm doing the
so
same
first,
thing
in after you finished college, did you work in New Brunswick or you moved to like Ottawa? You said, or what did
After
you...
college, I worked in a call center.
Okay.
Especially when you work the graveyard shift and you work until like 4 a.m.
Okay.
And it's like 1 a.m. Like, guess what kind of calls you get? People trying to watch their porn.
And
doesn't
it's frozen or
work.
something.
And and it was really stressed, so I quit.
Okay.
I left the company, and there's a friend of mine. He said, like, well, instead of going back in your hometown in New Brunswick, how about you come move in Ottawa? Stay with us for a little while, see what happens. Like, okay. So I moved up there, worked in another call center.
Okay, that's cool.
But then I started working web programming.
Okay. At that time, you were interested in Japan? Or
A
not
little
really?
bit.
Okay.
Like, I didn't really think about moving in Japan.
Yeah. So what was the thing that got you interested in changing your life and going from, you already seems like you were finally getting a job that you were in your field. So what made you just leave and go to Japan?
Well, the thing is, like, I get bored easily.
Okay.
So, like, anytime I live somewhere for like 5 or 6 years, I get bored of it, and
Okay.
like I want to try something else, So I came here, and after a year, I thought, well, it's not too bad. So I signed up.
And
for
in that year,
visa.
did you have to teach English, or what did you work as?
I never taught English. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm like, every time I say that, people think I'm looking down on English teachers, which I'm not.
Right.
It just didn't happen.
You never taught English in Japan?
Just never
Okay.
taught English. Like,
So what were your jobs? Was it hard? I'm sure it must have been hard to get a job. when you
like
first
if
got
it
here.
was like English teacher, or like some people would come here to try to get try to become an entertainer or like a talent.
Ah, right.
That's kind of hard. But
Okay.
when it's programming, I was
Okay.
doing web programming.
Okay.
and everybody wants to talk about that. So
Really?
it was really easy to get something like
To get a job in programming. On your own? You still work for a company, or what do you do, freelancing?
Well,
or?
I do freelance. Like I do sometimes like work for one company for 3 days a month, 3 days a week.
Okay, okay. So you kind of contract out.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to ask you about was your visa. Like when you first got here, you were like a 1-year working holiday, and then after that, did the company sponsor you?
Web developer, you're technically an engineer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they give you an engineer visa.
Yeah.
Your company does it through your company, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, me was a little bit of a challenge actually because I didn't have a degree. Like you were saying earlier,
you need
have
a 4-year university degree, but you had a college.
I had a college like 1 year.
So what happened?
So what happened? I literally had to go back up to my first clients back in Canada. Like I had like in 1998, I think. And I called them up. I actually found them and called them up, and I had to get letters from them, paper letters.
Saying you have experience in
Yes, saying that I work with them, that I did something in web programming, and I had to compile all of that and show that I had 10 years of experience in my field.
So it's either 10 years of experience or a university degree.
Yeah.
And you had the 10 years of experience, so you showed that. And then you got married, so now you're on a spouse visa.
And now I'm late looking for my shoes, and you can see my beard.
So I just went out and dressed up as a woman. I just did that and see what happens. For me, gender is flexible, or like, what does it mean, you know? It's always been like a funny word for me, gender. People will immediately say there's only 2 genders. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna toy with that.
Okay.
I want to test this. I test stuff.
Okay.
That's what happens when you're a programmer.
So you're a gender tester.
Yeah, I'm a gender tester.
Okay.
So I'm gonna, I'm gonna have like to bend and twist everything, you know.
Okay. So your Remiko channel is you dressed as a woman.
It's a persona. Yes.
Persona, like a character you do. Yeah. Okay.
Hello, this is Remiko. Or Remi when I'm a guy. Or Remino when I'm online. Well, I could be Remi as a girl too, but you know what I mean.
As a woman, like when you dress up, do you go out?
It happens. Sometimes, I actually had some friends. Sometimes we would just like go out, and I would be the girl, and she would be the guy.
And then you walk around like the town and.
Mostly Harajuku. People are into
Harajuku.
that. Yeah.
And what kind of reactions did you get?
Well, it depends on where you go. Like when you go in Harajuku, of course, they kind of expect that sort of thing there, so they're like, "Oh, this is fun." Anywhere else, like in front of my station, actually.
Okay.
This funniest thing is like you have people sometimes that just like on your smartphone, like people are always afraid, like what happens when people see you? Well, they don't see you. They're always like looking at their phone all the time.
Right.
But when they finally like look at you, it's like they have to do that double take. Like wait. And the best time was like when a guy turned around to look at me again and just like tripped over all that row of bicycles that was in front of me. That was great.
It's like a movie.
That was perfect. It was like.
Do people approach you or they just look at you?
No, usually in Japan, that's one thing I like about Japan is like if they see something, even if they don't like it, they're just gonna think, it's not my business. So the Remiko thing, it's been the most polarizing thing I've ever done. You have people in the middle, like you have those like who will accept it, they like it, they go, well, that's Remi, I don't mind, and they will follow that, they're interested in that.
Okay.
Then you have the other side, they kind of like, they try everything they can to talk like if that never happened.
Like they ignore the whole.
They ignore the whole thing. They'll say like I'll say for example like I have a performance tonight. I'm gonna go as Remiko. Like, and immediately they change subjects. Like just.
Like you go to performances. What do you mean? Like you have a
well, I was co-hosting a show for 2 years.
Oh wow! Okay, I didn't know about that. Tell me about this. What's this?
Well, it's a show called Tokyo Closet Ball.
Tokyo Closet Ball.
Yes,
is this still happening?
It's still happening.
Okay.
It was made by my friend Taylor or Tatiana. That's her stage name.
Okay. So it's like a live.
Yes, a live. It's mostly drag queens, drag kings, and burlesque. So coming back to the reactions, you also had the extremes.
Okay.
Where you have those who hate it so much, it's just like the moment they see them on Facebook, they block me and everything.
Really?
I never see them again. But on the other hand, once you get used to that, then you have to deal with people who like it too much.
Ah.
That happens. Like it's sort of like their fetish, and then they start sending me like they send me dick pics. Actually, most of the drag queens who I know
Yeah.
are really deep into the LGBT community.
Okay.
So they, you know, they're openly gay or lesbian
Yeah.
or bi. They
Yeah.
grew up with that. But me, I'm like that straight guy
Okay.
who's doing some drag.
And how about your wife? How does she react to you?
Oh, she liked it.
She likes it.
Oh yeah, she likes it. Her
Does she
parents
help
like
you?
it.
Really? Your
Yeah,
parents too? And do they like choose outfits for you or something like that?
My wife sometimes she made an outfit for me
Wow,
before. She made
okay.
a few things.
Very supportive wife.
Yeah, and I have some supportive friends too. Like we actually like went out shopping.
Really?
You would be surprised how many shops like they actually don't mind if you go to the fitting room as a guy but with women's
With the
outfit.
girls?
Yeah,
Really?
that surprised me. Like I
Yeah,
didn't
like
think I would be able to do
Like
that.
even like
but,
shops like Forever 21 or something like that?
especially Forever 21,
Really?
H&M,
Wow.
they're all open like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
So, well, some people would want to know that, I'm sure.
Yeah, there you go. You know, when you decided to
Yep.
dress as a woman, did that start in Japan or you did that in New Brunswick as
Japan.
well? Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
not in
New Brunswick. It was like, no way I'm doing that. My mom is not, you know, she will see some photos, but she's kind of like, she's not really sure. She's like, do I talk about that or not? Like like she's one of the people like when I bring it up, she changes subject. My sister as well, I think. My dad is like, oh yeah, he's well, whatever.
Oh, really?
He's doing everything. It's like he's
Okay.
not bringing that up, but he just doesn't care.
Okay, wow.
Actually, maybe I'll keep the beard instead. So people will finally stop asking me where I'm from all the time. Because that's... Ah,
That's Remiko. What's
Yes.
Remi no?
Remino is like my general go-to channel for almost everything. It's
Like
the
a Japan
potpourri-
vlogs channel?
It's not really a vlog. It's more like a potpourri of anything I do in life. And like I
Okay.
just throw it on there.
So what's an example video you put up on there?
Well, recently I've been streaming a lot of games. I put that up there. I mean, that's nothing special in itself. It's just like, you know. But I do have some regular viewers.
Okay.
I'm gonna say hi to Kevin and Raz. And,
Hey Raz,
and Fred.
Kevin and Fred.
Recently I've been doing that series about sort of like the opposite of a vlog. Anytime I see a Japan vlog,
Uh-huh.
it's pretty much the same thing often. It's like, oh, I tried candies at the company and things like that.
My channel is like that pretty much. I know what you're talking
Me is like, well, but I don't feel like doing that. So I did the opposite.
Wait.
So
So you're like a troll.
yeah, let's go with that.
but you're a Japanese girl.
Yeah.
And you're a Japanese girl.
Yes.
That's amazing. My wife is also a Japanese girl.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's, yeah, who gives a f?
They think it's like heaven here, and everything is like kawaii and cute and
Of
puffy
course.
and like.
Yes, yes.
And I want to bring them down back to earth. Like,
The
you
reality
know,
of Japan. Okay.
we pay taxes.
A lot. yeah.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
We pay rent. We
Yes.
have to find jobs. Like I'm not saying I hate Japan. It's more,
Right.
you know, like yes, there are beautiful things in Japan. There are fun things in Japan, and you know, like anywhere else, basically.
Yeah.
But it does get tiring.
So before we end, I want to do the lightning round. So I'll just ask you random questions, just your first thing that comes into your head.
Okay.
Favorite Japanese food,
What my wife cooks.
which is what's her best dish?
I like her curry.
Okay.
Curry's good.
Okay.
I like curry. Yeah.
What's your favorite Japanese musician?
It's kind of out of my league for some reason, but I like Kaya.
Kaya. Okay, I don't know.
I still like him.
Guy.
It's a guy,
musician,
but
Kaya.
he dressed up as a girl often.
Okay, a Japanese man.
Japanese man.
Just-
I never really listened to Visual King,
Okay.
but for some reason that one I like. I like his voice. I like the rhythm in the music.
All right. What's your favorite Japanese movie?
Can I give a recent TV show instead?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Kodoku no Gurume, which is funny because like my wife introduced me to that.
Okay.
We watched it on Netflix, and
Okay,
I'm
okay.
like, what's the point of watching some guy eating food?
Right.
And that's it. It was good, I thought. It's a
Okay.
good show because it's like you have the cliche often, like always a schoolgirl,
Right.
always a salaryman who's been a little bit creepy, you know,
Yeah.
like always
The
a little bit
hentai kinda
pervy,
guy.
yeah. None of that. So yeah, it was a good watch, I thought.
What's your favorite anime and manga?
I'll say Evangelion
Okay. Cool.
for sure. That was like the and Sailor Moon. Can I put that too?
Sure. What's your favorite Japanese word?
Like it's not really a
Or
favorite
phrase?
word. A
even.
phrase?
Yeah. Word or phrase.
Well, I do like that saying, it's just 4 kanji, and I forgot to say it in Japanese, but it's Junin Juito? Junin Toito. Well, it means 10 people, 10 colors. It means basically that everybody has a different opinion, different view. Like it may sound like everybody's different, but it's more focusing on the opinion of that person.
Who's your favorite Japanese celebrity?
Like I don't think I have many right now.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
no.
that's fine.
I do have some seiyus sometimes, like voice actresses.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
I don't know their names, but like
Okay.
I actually like the guy doing the Japanese voice for Jean-Luc Picard.
What's your favorite Japanese hobby?
You know, I did some tea ceremony in Ottawa. I remember that, but like I don't do that anymore. But
Yeah.
here,
But how about
right.
cosplay? That's a
Cosplay
Japanese
is that?
pastime.
Yeah, that's
right?
the Japanese, like more like recent pastime.
Right,
you know,
right,
let's
right.
go with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah.
cosplay. Where would you recommend someone, like a foreigner who comes to Japan, to visit, other than like everyone goes to Asakusa?
But I like taking a stroll in Nakano. I don't buy anything, but I just
Right.
go in there like
Just to look around.
tiny shops. Everything is packed. You know.
Okay.
Akihabara is so commercial now. You know, It's commercial. It's touristy. It's like a place that I avoid now. So Nakano is a nice place. I actually brought my wife Yuana there on our first date. Well, it was not a
date in
it was not a date at first, but
Okay.
it became one.
It became a date.
Yeah.
At Nakano. Well, anybody who's interested in Japan or thinking about coming to Japan, any advice for them? Good
I would
advice?
say anybody can try to come in Japan at least once. You should try it at least once, you know, because you know, even if you get like different opinions, like oh it's good or it's bad, you know,
Yeah.
you have to come and try it on your own.
Okay. So each person can have a different experience here.
So at least, you know, live in Japan at least once.
Okay. That was fun. Thank you for taking
Well,
your
thank you
time.
for having me.
Yes. Definitely check out both channels, Remiko and Remino.
Yes.
And I'll leave the information below, as well as the website. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up if you like this video and share. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to my channel because my videos are awesome. OzzyAwesome. Take care and see you next time. We do the peace like this.
Yes, like that. Peace. Oh, I got the wrong.